Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising, my fellows and sistren spirit family, spirit tribes. And for those who are new, I welcome you too. So we're about to get into this. Okay? So let's get started. So I'm here today to discuss the topic at hand based on discussions and experiences had. And I want to bring this to the forefront. This is not to say that I'm a doctor of psychiatry in these areas. This is based on my experiences and research and not just studies, because my research involves studying myself through experiences and other people's situation based on the factual information they bring to me. So a lot of times I'll refer back to myself based on my experiences and research I've had with others based on their experiences. So I have my notes. So if you see me looking down, it's because I am referring to my notebook. So that way I can stay abreast of the topics or objectives that the topic and objectives that we are discussing under the topic. So not the topics, but you know what I'm saying. So traumas and triggers, bringing you and myself to a realization, an awakening with aha. So you might ask, how does comparing yourself to other people, places, or things can be toxic? Well, you can be affected mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and sometimes physically, if not physically. Okay? Not being able to see yourself while comparing yourself to others. Comparing yourself could be like, and sometimes we do this unconsciously. Someone tell you about a great opportunity that they have going for themselves, and you will start processing and or thinking, if you have not surpassed this. So let me make it clear. We're only dealing with those who are trying to heal in this area. So if you see this and you have already gotten past this part in your shadow work or in your preparation towards your awakening, you can bypass this video. Okay? Thank you. So you could, in your mind processing and feeling some kind of way about their opportunity. If you don't feel happy for them, if you can't honestly say, I am so happy for you. I am grateful and thankful that this is for you. We should celebrate. Oh, you don't have to go to that part of celebration, but just being happy for someone. If you start processing and wondering why that person find that maybe the opportunity they got that you didn't get was specifically for them, mainly because of their skill, gifts, and talents in that area. Have you ever thought when you compare yourself to others, thinking that y'all have the same gifts and talents, or just because y'all grew up in the same area, or because y'all have known each other for so long, you think that when somebody else get a new house, a new car, you're supposed to get it at the same time or around the same month, or maybe you should have gotten it before them. Now, this is not just a lesson of awareness for you to realize, but it even takes my awareness deeper. So as I speak to you, I'm also speaking to myself. It's putting a light on the topic for me to stay aware, to always remember that I am nothing like the person who's coming forward with their happiness. Feel me. If they're happy in the moment, why do we got to feel some way about why they are happy and why you're not happy? But if you're not living in the same house, you're not doing the same things. And even if you are living in the same house, but your mindset is set differently, then of course, certain things happening for you, it's not going to happen for them, and vice versa. You got to remember too that even though the source of all is within us all, the source is experiencing life in this dimensional realm differently. That's why source is in all living beings. You experience it in different ways. Experiencing it through me, through you, through your family members, through animals, insects, trees, grass, water, clouds, air. However, it's just like you wanting to experience different things in life. But if you don't experience those things, you have no one to hold accountable but yourself. So just like your creator sustainer is experiencing life through different sources or means within nature, you being a part of that nature. Being in the image and after the likeness, you can experience things. You may can't experience it through the tree. Maybe you can connect with the tree, connect with the grass, connect with animals to get that experience if you're at that level of being able to connect. So there's not a problem with connecting or having your own experiences through travels, through getting to know people, by questioning other people to understand their journey. But yet being able to disconnect and find peace within yourself and just getting to know yourself apart from the beings who created you, called your parents. Even if you did not grow up with them, for those who did not have that experience of having their both parents there. And even both parents are there but living separately, you still getting to know a portion of yourself. So when you're able, that question, how does comparing yourself to other people, places, or things can be toxic? You're not able to see yourself. When you're focused on people, places, and things outside of yourself, comparing and saying, oh, that should be me. Why can't I? Questioning. Well, why can't you? Only you have control over you. And those things you don't have control over, meant for you to stay within your own boundaries. We all have our own mission and purpose here. We come with our own gifts, talents, and skills. Not everybody have your DNA genetic makeup. And you got to recognize that and be happy with you. But it takes sometimes traumas, triggers, aha moments to bring you to that realization or awakening. So comparing yourself to other people, places, and things can bring about jealousy and envy. Toxic trait. Some people can become so toxic, being jealous and envious because they can't be you, because they don't understand. And I'm using understand and understand why you're some people want to get inside. Some people want to take that light and bring it within themselves so they can have it. Realizing how to get to their own light, how to turn that light on within themselves. There may be some who will never see that light within themselves because of a certain energy they hold or that they decide to hold on to. And when I say light, doesn't necessarily mean a white light, a blue light, green light, yellow light, red light, stop light. It does not mean that. That's why I said stop light. Okay. But I'm just saying, it's just the light within you that you are making steps to turn on. And when I say light, it can be all the chakra lights. You done dealt with your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your what is this? Okay, you got the root, the sacral. I've got that third one that's called intellect, the third chakra right there. The fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra, the throat chakra, what they call the third eye chakra, the crown chakra. The chakra, it has to do with intellect. The light is yellow. When it comes to me, I'll mention it. But if I don't, just look it up. Well, I'll insert it right here. Um, if I remember the third chakra. So turning on your lights by working on you. All right. That phrase, trying to keep up with the Joneses. And we're still dealing with this question. How does comparing yourself to other people, places, and or things can be toxic? Trying to keep up with the Joneses. Copying, stealing, low self-esteem, no confidence, and lack of authenticity. To that point, it becomes toxic. Okay. Now I'm going to give you a brighter side of all of this, a better side, a side that you think is best for you. Okay. So even though I say I'm giving you a brighter side, a better side, remember, don't compare it to me. I'm just giving you some examples and ideas to awaken that spark within you, tap into you. All right. So trying to keep up with the Joneses, have the Joneses. And when I say the Joneses, for those who don't understand, trying to keep up with the Joneses, it's like just trying to keep up with your neighbors, trying to keep up with friends, family members, you know, feeling like you have to be like the family that you're born into, feeling like you got to live up to certain standards of other people because of the influences, the way we were taught. Haven't you had growing up your parents say, or a teacher say, or somebody else say, why can't you be like so and so? Or maybe you should be like so and so. Or I want you to be so and so. And when I say so and so, that so and so can be a label, a doctor, a lawyer, a football player, basketball player. And then you feel obligated to do so. You feel now you got to reach those goals when you've always had within you, you wanted to do this. But if it was put in you to be something that you're not because it started when you was a baby, how would you know yourself? How would you know what's best for you? So how does this is where this question comes in. So how does soul searching, finding yourself, and tapping into your authenticity works for you? That's it. That's okay. Yes. So as stated earlier, traumas, triggers, and or aha moments can bring out a realization and or an awakening to who you truly are. You start to notice things about yourself by taking time out to yourself. But we have been trained and influenced to feel like spending time alone in that aloneness, we have fear of being lonely, not realizing that you're there alone with the source within. You're never alone. And for those who understand and overstand other dimensions of existence, how beings come in and out, and I'm speaking mostly about spirit beings or our ancestors who have crossed over. But if you don't believe in that, and it's not, I don't even like to use the word believe, but if you have not had that type of experience, then it may be hard for you to comfort because you're more logical if you have not had that type of experience. But let's say you're never really alone. And in other words, outside of what I just explained, there are other people who have had similar experience of needing to be alone to examine themselves, mainly to self-reflect, retrospect, introspect their feelings and their thinking. And if you've had some spiritual experiences, to even reflect, introspect on those, to come to an understanding and overstanding of what you experience, why. You're answering your own questions by thinking things through, trying to comprehend what is going on with you. Why am I thinking this? Why am I feeling this? When it comes to the emotions. And if you've experienced something that they call supernatural phenomenal, or not phenomenal, uh, unnatural phenomena, you sometimes have to reflect on that. And you're wondering who else have had these experiences? Are you alone in your aloneness? To the point where sometimes you need mentor, therapists, counselors, life coaches, etc., to who can assist you with that reality that you've experienced or are experiencing. With the reality of using the guidance to expand your mind to know yourself. Sometimes you can't go to a therapist if they haven't had the experience. Because some therapists, you never know if they just studied it in a book. Have they ever experienced it? So dealing with mentors, therapists, counselors, etc., you may have to show them to make sure you're not dealing with someone who hasn't had that experience themselves. Because you want to be able to relate and have someone relate to you. With the understanding that everyone in the whole world may not have had the exact same experience, yet have had similar experiences in the same way. Even if not the same way, very close in relation to what you've experienced. So what you all need to also understand about life is there's nothing missing. Meaning, a lot of us feel we can't relate to grandparents and parents because we think, oh, we're living in a different time and they lived in the old days. Now, the old days and modern time might be different based on the people you interact with, the places you interact with, and the things you interact with. That has nothing to do with experiencing certain situations dealing with common sense, dealing with emotions, overstanding and understanding your logic, how you feel, spiritually knowing that these are lessons to be learned no matter what time frame or timeline you're living on. It has always been experienced. The only difference is the timeline, where you are, what type of people. Because no matter how many times the experience is being experienced, it's being experienced similar with different people. You get me? No matter if it was your grandmother, your great great grandparent, your mother, they may not have mastered it, they have experienced. And if they have experienced it and mastered it with wisdom, they can help guide you through something that you can avoid, that you can be made aware of before it happens to you. You're being taught, watch out for this red flag, that red flag. Also know that as parents or guardians, they can't shield you from life. They give you the basics. They show you some love, give you things you need, sometimes things you want if they can, you know. Try to give you a few cautions to look out for, warning signs. But some things are just meant for you to experience. And you do have those children who are hard-headed as hell and turn into be parents, and you wonder why your parents are still going through things, and you may have to be the one who uh what word they use, stop the curse, stop the dysfunction, be the savior to your family, come to an awakening of the Christ mind, Messiah mind, so you can lead your family or lead your genetic line to safety. If they haven't made it, at least you can make it. You be the chosen one in your family to break the curse or break the cycle. So sometimes it's best to be alone to experiment with yourself. Now, the aloneness comes in when you understand why you attract certain people, places, and or things to assist you with realizing how to reflect and perceive what's going on within and within your environment. Why you're attracting these. Because outside of your parents' genetics and DNA, understanding the family line, breaking cycles and stuff, when you're in search of your soul or soul searching or tapping into your authenticity or that authentic self, outside of your parents or parental judgments or guardian judgments, and the reason why I say guardian judgments is because for those who aren't raised by their biological parents, you know, in order to find self, you pay attention to the people, places, and things you attract into your life. You really study those and understand why are you attracting these things. And if it applies, meaning you like what you're attracting, you move forward. But also you recognize the things you don't like. Now, this is where you understand the balance and will within you that establishes how to use them for your life lessons and survival. How to you understand will, balance, feminine, masculine, And because if you haven't been taught anything higher or overstand the level of awareness, you may take feminine energy and masculine energy to be female and male. No, 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 no. You're relating it to earthly labels and the definition that you understand that was given to those labels. Or you may say, oh, females are feminine, males are masculine. There's energies that exist where each and every one of us, living beings, have masculine and feminine within us. The masculine being positive, the feminine being negative. Now, because I say that, now if you're still dealing with earthly definitions of feminine and masculine, the fact that I said feminine is negative, you're thinking, oh, why are women going to be the negative? We're not dealing with humans and sex. We're dealing with energy, how they both work together, how they both come together in harmony. And it's not to say on the spiritual realm, the men are positive and the women are negative, because you're still trying to compare it. See how that comparing can make things toxic for you? We're dealing with agreeable and disagreeable. And how do you relate agreeable and disagreeable? Think about yourself holding these two energies. Let me give you an example. Having the will to agree and disagree. Inner and overstanding God and the devil. Okay? It's about to be something here. Okay? Because a lot of you might judge, but your power. So walk with me. Feel. See. Okay. So for those who believe in God, Creator, the Most High, if the Most High created everything, then the Most High created the devil. So you're wondering, why did God create bad, or the Most High create bad? Well, in order for you to be able to establish right from wrong, positive from negative, good from bad, without saying God is good and the devil is bad. And if you try to lean more into the good, never understanding the bad, then how do you get the blessings meant for you to overstand what's bad? So, in order to overstand bad, you have to be accepting of bad in order to learn what's bad. Now, here's another kicker. When you establish what's good for you and what's bad for you, again, you can't place what is good for you, bad for you on another. Because what's good for your next door neighbor and what's bad for them, you can't say, oh, that's not right, or that's wrong. That's judgmental. That's judging. So judge not, for you shall be judged. Because within that being judged, you come to then overstand why it's best to accept the difference in another. Now, we do understand how we find similarities in others based on what I stated earlier, having similarities, and those similarities attract, or opposites attract. So they say opposites attract, but a lot of times you're trying to find something of like mind in another. You're not looking for difference. You're not looking for the difference. You're really looking for similarity. Even when you go after or you attract the opposite sex or even the same sex, when you let's stick with the opposite sex for now. When you relate to the opposite sex, you're looking for similarities, and that what you think visually is opposite from you. Okay, that is the masculine and feminine. That's the masculine and feminine energy that you are attracting. That which your opposite that you think is opposite, which you find something similar in, you're going to also find something that you can learn from, something different that you can learn that's needed for you. So when we attract others and trying to soul search, you're looking to find wholeness within yourself. You're not looking for someone to make you whole. No, you're not looking for another to complete you. You're yourself. This process may be called a healing. This process may also be called soul searching. Life lessons help you to establish knowing thyself outside of what genetically has been given to you within your DNA, what spiritually you have connected. Because you can be born into a family, but deep down feel like you don't belong. You feel like this is not your true family because you are connecting or in connection with your spiritual self, which is your authentic self. Because truly, you're not the flesh that you see in the mirror every day. Are you with me? Are we walking together on this? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you hear and feel where I'm at? Because I don't want you to follow me. I want you to be with me as as we walk this path towards our awareness. So, in knowing thyself, tapping into who you are, realizing and understanding the will that was given to us. So, have you had those experiences, or how, I don't know if you've seen these commercials where they have where they say they have God on the right side and the devil on the left side? They're basically giving you a creative version of will, letting you know that you have the God you or the angel you have the disagreeable you, the agreeable and the disagreeable, helping you to decide. So that confusion is basically a fusion. That fusion is a process of triggers to help you decide the right path or decision to make. So back to where I say, if the Most High created everything, why did he create the devil? Why does the devil have to exist? So let me give you another scenario. For those who believe that there's a heaven with heavenly gates and they're being guarded by angels, who do you think your God or the Most High would have guarding those gates? Now, I have had responses. The majority of responses usually is, oh, he would have his good angels. So if his good angels, which are agreeable, and all they know is agreeable, if disagreeable comes up to that gate and say, let me in, and because of a good heart, not knowing evil or not knowing disagreeable, what the good angel's going to do? Let them in. So even with the bad angels, with the disagreeable angels, do you think the disagreeable angels will let another disagreeable in? Because disagreeable recognizes disagreeable. If you had a being who's guarding the gates, who knows agreeable and disagreeable, they'll be able to identify, recognize, or be able to determine between the two who to let in. Why not just even have a disagreeable and agreeable at the gate? That way, the disagreeable can recognize disagreeable. The agreeable will be able to, okay, you can, no. Disagreeable said that one is agreeable. That one's just like me. You can't get me. But when agreeable comes to, oh, disagreeable, that's agreeable. Okay? Being able to know. Being able, the devil has a purpose. And in that purpose of being here with the devil, you have to master your shadow side, or that which you call the bad, or becoming very familiar with the devil and learning the devil's tricks and trades to allow you the opportunity to decide whether or not you want to be more onto the devil's side or the good side, or just knowing it from evil and not feeling guilty about having some shadow within you. Because you might have some ways that are disagreeable that needs to be there, especially for survival. And let me explain this. So, have a disagreeable store in your neighborhood and you are hungry, you and your family are hungry. But you go into the store and you ask and have some bread. And disagreeable say, oh, hell no, get the hell out of my store. You know what I'm saying? You asking for it, maybe you ask. So, your stomach gets the grumbling. Your family is near death. The next time you go into that store, you might have to sneak in and steal some bread just for you to survive. Now, did you do a bad thing? Or did you do a good thing? Now, here's another level. have a best friend, okay? You and your best friend, you don't know your best friends are the friends, Susie. So when y'all go out and hang out with Susie, and Susie feels like you did her wrong, or whatever the case may be, and the best friend decides to jump on Susie. Okay, so let's say the scenario is felt like you stole or know that you stole something from her. How does Susie know you stole something from her? It's now missing out of her purse and it's in your purse. And Susie says, I can prove you stole that from me. Open it up. You're not knowing what's really in it. You thinking it's just gonna be some money. And when you open it up, there's money and Susie's ID. Now you are best friends with Kelly. Kelly and Susie are friends. So Kelly gets pissed off and jumps the girl, gives her back her ID, but still takes the money. Now, are you still going to be best friends with someone? Now, how you grew up may make you decide, oh, I'm going to be on Kelly's side because I don't really know that girl. Or are you going to really consider the situation that was really messed up? And what if it was me? You're now seeing a side to Kelly that maybe one day Kelly can do to you. How do you handle that situation? What's right and what's wrong is going to decide how your upbringing is, what you think was right. And even if you think it's right to take Kelly's side, at some point, life experiences or karma of what you put out will come back. What you judge, you shall be judged about. Meaning, you might have to experience being Susie to then be able to reflect back and remember that situation to help get you on the right path. You feel me? So you're able to sit back and reflect on these things. And this sometimes, when just certain things in life situations, you do not know what to do nothing at all. Time to be neutral or have some time to think on it. Like, I got to step back before I make a decision because this is unfamiliar. I'm in unfamiliar territory. Here's a shocker, too. Even if you feel like, okay, I still don't know what to do, I'm just going to do something, I'm just going to make a decision. And when you make the decision and it blows up in your face, don't look at it as a failure. Ask for forgiveness and take it as life lessons to correct it next time you come into a situation like this. You see it as a red flag. Like, I'm very familiar. That's why it's life experiences help awaken you to realize what's right for you, what's right for moi, me. So the next time I come in contact with something like that, and I'm tempted, I can see my way around. I don't even have to jump over the cliff. I don't have to climb up the wall. I can easily walk around it and avoid it. You got me. Okay. Give me just a second. I'm gonna uh move on to the we're nearing the end. I'm just trying to touch on certain details that I have had conversations or situations with people who may have to process what's right for them. That's why it's really, really advisable to establish a relationship with yourself. When you have a relationship with yourself and you truly know yourself, that too can help you see red flags of things you don't want. And when I say have a relationship with yourself, take yourself out. Learn to love yourself. Take yourself out. Date myself and see what I like for me. That's how you can see some similarities. But what you don't see coming is some differences and how sometimes those differences can work for you also. So when you see what you like and then be able to consider what's needed to help you grow on your path, then that will also help you see some differences. But most of the time, experience is the best teacher. Because me sitting here saying this, you might can relate. You might be like, "No, that sounds good." Or you might be just judging, like, that's some BS. Like I said, experience is the best teacher. Because if you have an understanding and overstanding of your family line, the family you was born into, and have no clue of who you are, sometimes pay attention to the people you attract. And it helps you release people from your life that's no longer needed. Because this also brings us to understand our obligations to ourselves first. Because you can't always please family. Nor can you always please family. But you can find ways to please yourself. You can, that's why when you get to know thyself, you know how to please thyself. You know what's going to make you happy. Know what makes you scared. Know what makes you comfortable and uncomfortable. So yourself, no longer feeling the need to compare yourself to what the Joneses have. Being happy for the Joneses when they come to you and they're happy for what they have. And you can be happy with it. So happy for you. Nothing. And keep it pushing. It was sometimes so this will bring us to our next video. And I'm not saying it's going to be the very next video, but it's going to bring us to a video understanding self-love versus obligation. When you should obligate yourself to another above yourself? Should I love you more than my dang self? Just remember, as I always say, I'm not here to make you think like me. That was never my intention. Stop that. I just want you to think. This will make our journey and your journey much easier to get the lessons, much easier to establish ourselves here in peace. And when I say here, it could be here within me, there within you, to establish ourselves within ourselves and not have to worry about other selves, but gaining control over our likes and dislikes, our positives and negatives, recognizing our better selves over our shadow selves, and being comfortable with those things that we can change about ourselves, and understanding the things that's not so great about ourselves, which help us to realize they're just to help us survive for ourselves. Okay? So, again, I'm not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think. I'm not here with the intention to heal you, but to give you some ideas, creative ideas, and insights that will help tap into you to heal yourself. Once again, this has been AnitaYarbrough, Holistic Healing, Life Coaching, and Counseling. Yes, holistic meaning being familiar with the whole of you, all of you, helping you to complete yourself. All right? All right, I'm out. I'm done. Bye. Hi, my name is AnitaYarbrough, and I am your holistic healing life coach and counselor. I bring to you today my signature programs based on healing transformations that align purpose. My first signature program, self-authentication based healing. This paradigm shifting and transformative based program is designed to share life experiences due to the changing times we're in to assert your self-authenticating willpower. In this program, you will learn the importance of healing to help lead the way towards understanding a new age mindset that promotes creative holistic living for unlocking your purpose. Transform and align with your purpose in any area you choose. Within these changing times, by trying a new approach to tasks and or activities to gain courage and confidence. Feel free to accept the changes in the world and experience the new, real you without judgment from yourself and others. Learn to accept uncontrollable circumstances. Let go of the past and activate a new you. Overcome blockages on your way towards your newfound freedom after attending this life-changing presentation. After this program, you will be able to learn the difference between using logic and intuition, understand how your belief systems influence your authenticity, Learn the importance of balancing your light and dark psyche. Use mental and emotional coping techniques to transcend traumas and pain to start the healing process. Gaining self-acceptance to heal through self-talk and expression. My second signature program is lifestyle-based healing. This life building and knowledge-based program is designed to help you succeed in the next phase of transformational growth during these changing times to enhance your development. In this session, you will learn how to tap into your natural survival resources and following the intuitive influences that open your eyes to new pathways of living, achieve greater results, and supercharge your mission by creating a new lifestyle. You will come to understand how to discipline your body, your mind, and spirit to prepare the unexpected and expected changes in your life, inside and out. Inspire others to do the same. Become efficient and improve functionality after this enlightening presentation. After this program, you will be able to learn what your limits are towards change, learn how to replace unwanted habits with better practices, identify your stress triggers and traumas to make changes, and self-heal. Learn about inner and outside influences that affect your lifestyle. Understand how good health practices establishes great wealth to enhance a certain lifestyle. Learn the importance of your survival and creating your new life and what it takes to sustain a new lifestyle. Expose your toxicities before incorporating new lifestyle changes. Now, this third signature program is my communication-based healing. This mind-enriching session will teach you how to express and communicate your thoughts and feelings. Demonstrate many ways to communicate your subconscious mind to gain control of your life. The strategies in this portion of the program will fine-tune your communication skills within these changing times by using your childlike imagination to promote healing and find your confidence to better express yourself. Learn how to analyze the communication style of others, which better helps with understanding how to communicate. So after this presentation, you will be able to achieve a life of mastery that is limitless. So after this program, you will be able to learn to listen to your true voice, to break your own hypnotic spell, learn importance of self-talk, creatively express your imagination to welcome in the healing process, learn and understand different communication styles, find out how to communicate commands to your subconscious mind to create change. Now, this last signature program is community-based healing. This approach into the community dynamics during these times of change will alter your reality to identify patterns in situations and know when to seek solutions. Learn the positives and negatives of comparisons and judgments that are used within your environment or community. Learn tactics to break away from the trends within your environment and community that are presently not realized as mind control tools. Learn manifestations for your ideal environment or community, which can influence and become impressionable to others. Before this presentation ends, it will empower your every move. So after this program, you will be able to understand how to manifest your needs and wants, recognizing patterns that will create solutions for a better change, learn how to recognize individuals of bad or good influence in your space, understand how making peace with yourself can become a masterpiece for an ideal community, create better habits and practices that will help you attain the peace you so desire, and design and create a space that cannot be compared to others. I would like to thank you for taking time out in your busy day and joining me or sitting with me in learning more about my signature programs. As I always tell others, I am not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think. Again, thank you and have a great rest of your day.